Reinventing yourself sounds dramatic, almost cinematic, as if one morning you wake up as a completely different person with new habits, new confidence, and a brand new life. But the truth is much more practical and much more powerful. Reinvention is not about becoming someone else overnight. It's about intentionally redesigning your behaviors, standards, and identity one decision at a time. The first thing you need to understand is that reinvention does not require a new year, a Monday, or a perfect moment. It requires a decision, a clear, firm, internal decision that the version of you who has been operating on autopilot is no longer acceptable. This decision is not emotional hype, it is calm commitment. And once that commitment is made, the next 30 days can genuinely shift the trajectory of your life. The key to reinventing yourself in 30 days is not extreme transformation, it's focused intensity. 30 days is long enough to build momentum and short enough to stay urgent. So instead of trying to fix every area of your life, choose 3 pillars: your body, your mind, and your standards. Start with your body because physical state affects mental state more than most people realize. You cannot think clearly, act boldly, or stay disciplined if your energy is constantly low. For the next 30 days, commit to simple non-negotiables: consistent sleep, daily movement, and cleaner nutrition. It doesn't have to be extreme, it has to be consistent. When you move your body every day, even for 20 minutes, you begin sending a message to yourself that you are someone who takes action. That identity shift is powerful. Next, focus on your mind. Reinvention requires mental clarity. If your mind is cluttered with negativity, comparison, and distractions, change will feel impossible. For 30 days, protect your mental environment aggressively. Limit social media. Replace passive scrolling with intentional learning. Read 10 pages a day. Journal your thoughts. Ask yourself better questions. Instead of, "Why am I like this?" ask, "What would my higher self do today?" The quality of your life improves when the quality of your questions improves. The third pillar is standards. Most people don't get the life they want because they tolerate what they shouldn't. Reinvention begins the moment you raise your standards. Decide what you no longer accept from yourself. Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's negative self-talk. Maybe it's inconsistency. For 30 days, act according to the standards of the person you want to become, not the person you have been. Another critical principle is clarity. You cannot reinvent a blurry version of yourself. Take time on day 1 to define who you are becoming. Write it down in detail. How does this person wake up? How do they speak? How do they handle stress? What do they prioritize? The clearer the vision, the easier it becomes to align your daily actions with it. Reinvention is not about guessing, it's about designing. Once you have clarity, focus on small daily actions that reinforce your new identity. If you want to become disciplined, complete one difficult task every morning before checking your phone. If you want to become confident, do one thing daily that scares you slightly. If you want to become focused, schedule deep work sessions without distractions. These small actions compound. After 30 days, you won't just feel different, you will have proof that you are different. It's also important to eliminate friction. Reinvention is easier when your environment supports your goals. Clean your room, organize your workspace, remove temptations. Prepare your meals in advance. Set up your schedule intentionally. Discipline is not about fighting yourself constantly. It's about designing your life in a way that makes good choices easier. During these 30 days, expect resistance. Your old habits will try to pull you back because familiarity feels safe. You might feel uncomfortable, uncertain, or impatient. That's normal. Growth always feels uncomfortable at first because you're stretching beyond your current identity. The key is not to avoid discomfort, but to interpret it correctly. Discomfort is not a sign that you're failing, it's a sign that you're evolving. Another powerful tool during reinvention is accountability. Tell someone about your 30-day commitment or track your progress publicly. When you measure your actions daily, you create awareness. Awareness creates responsibility, and responsibility builds integrity with yourself. Integrity is when your actions match your words. That alignment builds confidence faster than any motivational speech ever could. Reinvention also requires letting go. You cannot build a new identity while clinging to old excuses. Let go of the story that you're not disciplined, or not talented, or always inconsistent. Those labels are narratives you've repeated, not facts carved in stone. For 30 days, act as if those labels no longer apply. Behavior shapes belief. When you act differently, you begin to believe differently. At the same time, avoid perfectionism. Many people fail during self-reinvention because they miss one day and decide they've ruined everything. That mindset destroys progress. If you slip, reset immediately. One bad day does not cancel your transformation. What matters is how quickly you return to your standards. Consistency over 30 days does not mean perfection, it means persistence. As the days pass, you'll notice something subtle but powerful: momentum. Small improvements in your sleep will improve your focus. Better focus will improve your productivity. Increased productivity will boost your confidence. Higher confidence will push you to take bigger actions. This chain reaction is how reinvention truly happens, not in one dramatic leap, but through daily alignment. By the end of 30 days, your life may not look completely different externally, but internally you will feel stronger, clearer, and more in control. You will have built self-trust, and self-trust changes everything. When you trust yourself to follow through, fear decreases, doubt becomes quieter, decisions become easier. The most important thing to remember is this: reinvention is not a one-time event. These 30 days are a catalyst. They prove to you that change is possible when you act intentionally. After the 30 days are over, you don't stop. You evolve again. You raise your standards again. You refine your habits again. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are one decision away from momentum. If you commit fully for the next 30 days, protecting your energy, upgrading your habits, raising your standards, and aligning your actions with your future self, you will not just reinvent your routine, you will reinvent your identity. And when identity shifts, everything else follows. Start today. Commit for 30 days. Become unrecognizable in the best way possible.